Okay.
Young man with a family. I'm from the Township of Union, the section of Vauxhall, New Jersey, 07088. I grew up in this section of in the Vauxhall community. I've done many events here. Also, I started here doing events. I've done events at a lot of nightclubs. Currently doing nightclubs right now. We currently do a place called South Beach Bar and Grill, located at 476 Main Street, East Orange, New Jersey. So things of that nature. As we keep going, we'll get more into it, how we ended up here today. But I just want to give you my brief background. Is I do a lot of promotions.
Also, being that you're from Vauxhall, New Jersey, that's why you had me meet you at Hubert Davis Park?
Absolutely. It's Sergeant Herbie Davis Park, but a lot of people in Vauxhall know it as Tuxedo Park.
Oh, okay.
I just think that it's the right setting for the moment, being that both of us are from Vauxhall, New Jersey, and this was a premiere, which is going to be a premiere park again soon, but this was it actually is the premiere park of the township in Vauxhall.
Okay, how did you get into promotion?
Well, it's funny. When I was 15 years old, if you're from Vauxhall, we had the UTCAO building, and we had a place in Springfield, the Springfield Elks Club. So I've done my first party. Me and my cousin Nate, we forgot how much we charged, but we walked over to the Springfield Elks, did our first party, and from that point on, I got infatuated with making money at a young age, and then knowing the right things to do with that money as we got older. Like, I think our first party, and it's actually a little easier back then because in high school it wasn't really much for us to do. So I think we charged about $3 a party per person in the soda. So we made money. That's my first real experience with making money. Little money, but it was good money at that time. We had no expenses at the time, so it was good for us.
So basically promoting came from just trying to make some money. Okay, so like some people start out with a paper route or whatever.
You know what, Q? It's funny you say that. Honestly, at first, and it never really was about the money. It was just having fun. A safe space for us to go to have a good time. But once we find out how much money you can make, or the money you can make, it was like, wheels started turning at a young age for it.
Okay. What are some of the pros and cons of promoting?
Let's start with the cons. The cons is everybody thinks that you can make money.
Okay.
You don't always make money when you throw parties. So, for instance, okay, you go get yourself a nice nightclub, right? The majority of deals are you pay for security, you pay for your DJ. Now, if you have entertainment, you got to pay for your entertainment. The club owners, they get the money off the bar. So, okay, it's good to make money, to try to do it, but at the end of the day, you're in it to win. Nobody wants to lose money. That's the con part. The pros is when it's good, it's good. Not all the time you do good doing parties, but a lot of people come to me, oh, can I invest into this? I'm like, listen, why don't you try it yourself first? See what it is. Everybody think you make money off artists. You don't make money off artists all the time.
We see you've worked with the likes of Cool V, Big Daddy Kane, Al Bial, Big Prayer from Elizabeth, Roxanne Shante, Fetty Wap, Amber Rose, Teresa Griffin, and the amazing Kia Stewart that's from Vauxhall as well. You got a pretty long resume, Mr. Jamal, and also 50 Cent. So how do you like working with those celebrities?
Well, I wouldn't say pretty much working with them. It's for me is we booked them through a time. Like, we have a team. Big Prev, Big Prev's my big brother. He's a mentor to me, family man. I learned pretty much not everything, but if I had a whole pie, it's 100% of the pie. I learned about a good 85% from him, as far as business-wise, how to move. I was already before I met Prev. I was already doing parties before that. He just took my thinking and whole aspect of everything to make money to another level. One thing he always preaches is not about the money, it's about the product. If you put the product in front of people, the money will come. Same thing with Cool V. Cool V is the same way. So that dynamic of those people led to the likings of 50 Cent, Al Bial, Fetty Wap, Amber Rose. It's just a team building. Now, Kia Stewart is different. Kia Stewart is from the hometown. So I've been knowing Kia since I was a young kid, and it just so happens Kia started doing a house music, and she also does her own events. So that dynamic was something totally different from some of the other names that you had mentioned.
Oh, so what would you consider a promoter of house music, hip hop, or just all events? Name some of the events that you promoted.
Okay, woo. So the Music Move My Soul event. Shout out to Marla Williams and Darren Ransom, my partners on that. Trunk or Treat, as far as the town event, but as far as parties, you asked me party wise, let's see, we can go back. Jadakiss, Young Jeezy, who else? It's so many other events. It's so many, I can't even think. Even currently, Roxanne Shante, Big Daddy Kane, old school, new school, Little Dirk. Obviously said 50 Cent already.
So when you mention Music Moves My Soul, what is that?
Music Move My Soul, it started as a community event. It's just now it's turned into a big house music event. When we first started Music Move My Soul, we had no idea it'd take off the way it took. It was really supposed to just start off as a community event, something from our community to bring people there together for one time a year and have a good time. And we love house music.
So this is just a one-time event, meaning at Rapkin Field, second week of September, y'all always have the Saturday, and y'all have the event. So now it's on to something bigger.
Correct. But not even, to answer your question, Q, it was more for us, it started as a community. Now it just expanded into different communities, and we have a lot more people coming into the township every year. People love that event.
So, okay, so most of your promoting background is mainly hip-hop, rap, a lot of the old school artists. So how do you feel about hip-hop? Is it more of a culture or a genre?
That's a great question, Q. I think it's both.
Okay. Okay.
Because it's culture, because we grew up to hip-hop. My generation grew up to hip-hop. The genre, I like every genre. My mom used to play, my mom every Saturday morning, old school. That's why I love old school music. So I think for both, that's why I said the connection for genre and hip-hop is together.
So what's the difference between booking a hip-hop event to a house music event?
That's a lot. Obviously, the price for a hip-hop artist and a house music artist is a lot of differential. I'm talking about it by the thousands. Hip-hop artists, like I said, if nobody knows how it works, I'm going to show you. You know, you get in contact with an agent, depends on who you know. You contact them, you send half the money up front, okay? That day shows up. You know, they come out to the event. They always scan a scout man in or a scout woman in. They're basically their manager. They walk in, and then once everything is clear, you give them the other half before they walk in the club. No artist is going in. They got to make sure everything is safe first. And another thing, what a lot of people don't understand is we have to give the artist amenity. They ask for bottles. That's contracted. You have to give that to them in their contract.
Okay. So when you're dealing with house music, we know that some of the house enthusiasts, the real base of house music is New York, Chicago, and New Jersey. So when you first did your first house music event, were you surprised at the turnout?
I wasn't. It's funny you said that. Like I was telling Darren, I told Darren this a lot. Darren is a big house head.
But you're a photographer?
For me, the house music was really from them. Because I watched them grow up, do house music in Vauxhall. So I had, coming from the hip-hop genre era to house music, it was the same, but it wasn't the same. I had no idea who these artists is. Artists could walk by me now, and I'm like, I still don't know who it is. So for me, I salute Darren and Marla for really showing me the way as far as just, I learned how to grow with house music and love it. So I want to salute them on it. But it's pretty much the same thing.
So how many years y'all been doing the house?
Right now it's going on 4 years actually. Believe it or not. But to answer your question, I never had an idea that how big it could become.
Okay. Okay. So what are you working on presently now? Promoting?
Right now I'm doing comedy.
Comedy.
And it's another hip hop, comedy, house music. Everything's the same. We do a place called Laugh Out Loud Wednesdays, South Beach Bar and Grill, located in East Orange, New Jersey. We're bringing the best comedians in the country. It's produced by legendary Bob Sumner. If y'all don't know who Bob Sumner is, he's Def Comedy Jam, the Laugh Mob. The event coordinator of that event is Big Prev, and myself, Monique Bass, do the promotion on it. And the legendary Cutmaster Cool V is the DJ on it. So come check that out each and every Wednesday, 476 Main Street, East Orange, New Jersey. Doors open at 6, showtime 8 p.m.
Also, y'all keeping the tradition of Bob Sumner going.
We have to. You know what? And a lot of people don't understand is I can't do everything by myself. And I think that it gets twisted sometimes because people see me, but they don't understand it's a team behind it. I might be out in the front, or Prayer could be in the forefront, or Marla or Darren could be in the forefront. But I'm always out there. So just like when I first got started doing events here, people always see me, but they didn't know it's a team behind me. Team building, Q, is big. And I'm pretty sure as you go, you're going to build your team. Right now, you're a one-man show, but I guarantee you, once the product is out there, your team is going to grow.
So what the future holds for Jamal Productions, Jamal Promotions, as you told me?
You know what, Q? I don't know. I just go by hard work and dedication.